I thought today I could have a go at making the ultimate Soviet filter. Now, this is sort of a silly video, but bear with me. So here I have an EO-65 filter, also known as the EO-16. As far as I'm aware, the EO-65K is the EO-16 filter with a better level of filtering system, because this works for rocket fuels as well as just simply chemical warfare agents. But the interesting thing of EO-16 style filters is if you pull the bottom cap off, there is actually a screw thread here, which is a 40mm GOST screw. What that's designed for is it's designed so you can actually install a big particulate filter that sits on the bottom. And the idea is, although this filter gives you particulate protection and charcoal protection, the majority of that filter is charcoal. The issue is that a big filter like that would go to waste in a dusty environment because the particle filter inside it would clog quite quickly. And then you have loads of charcoal that's still unused, but it's clogged. So, if you're in a dusty environment, you have a special particulate pad that screws into the bottom, and I don't have one of those to show you. But if I did, you'd screw that in on the bottom and it gives you particulate protection, and then when it starts getting clogged, you can just unscrew that and put a new particle filter on the bottom, and the charcoal still stays, usable. However, because it uses a 40mm GOST screw, that means you can attach Soviet hoses to it, you can attach GP5 filters to it. I thought, why not add a massive chunky EO-14 filter to the bottom, and then as usual I'll use a P3 filter so I don't risk inhaling any nasty stuff from Soviet filters, and we'll have an maximum level of filter protection. And then I'm going to use some really strong smelling kind of fertiliser stuff to test this. I think it'll work fine, but it'll be interesting and funny to look at the results. So anyway, let me screw that on now. Okay, so we get this green filter, and we put it in here, and then we turn it clockwise. And there we go, we've got this massive chunky filter that's got both the filters on it. So now what I'm going to do is get a hose, attach the hose with the P3 filter inside it so I can't inhale any asbestos, and then we're going to attach that to the SHM41, and we're going to test it. Right, you can see a P3 filter there, the right way round, the side that's not got the writing on. So then, put this monstrous thing together. And now we will attach this end to the mask. And there we go, there is the monstrous SHM with its massive filter unit attached to it. So what I'm going to do now is just demonstrate how strong the stuff is. I'm going to waft under the thing and around the mask to check the seal. Okay, what I have here is some Westland Garden Health indoor plant food, but this kind of indoor plant food contains, you can see some of the stuff there, nitrogen, some other stuff, phosphorous. So basically the reason this stuff's so strong is because, what's in it. So what I'm going to do is just open this and take a whiff of this. It's hard to describe what this is actually like, but actually makes your eyes water a bit. I can't remember exactly why this stuff's so strong, but it is strong. So the idea is, I'm going to have this bottle, and then I'm going to try and take big lungfuls of it in with, I don't know if it's not actually as bad if you take it through your mouth, it's the smell I think the nose reacts to. It's really hard to actually describe what this stuff is like, unless you've tried it. I actually have it just for indoor plant kind of feed, but this stuff is really good for probably testing a gas mask. I've actually ordered some of that banana oil stuff they legitimately use for respirator fit checks, but I thought I could use this, the banana oil, and the air freshener tests on masks from now on to just show that I am actually doing proper tests with them. There you go, there's that. So what I'm going to do is put the lid back on for now, and maybe I'll give this a bit of a shake. Then I'm going to get the mask on, and I'm going to see if I can actually cause myself to gag by breathing in heavily with this on. Although the air resistance saying that might be really high on the mask. Now there's two filters and a P3 filter in the tube, but we'll see. Okay, I can barely breathe with this entire assembly on, because the air resistance is just so high using two giant filters and a P3 pad in the tube.
But let's see what happens. It's going to be awkward to hold this stuff, but we'll see what happens. Right, first I'm just going to waft it around the mask seal. Right, nothing. Right, that's definitely airtight. Now, this stuff works well. To give you an idea, if I open this and breathe, unpleasant stuff.
So, the gigantic Soviet filter works, even after all these years. Polish EO-14 filter, and an EO-65K filter there, and the P3 filter. Obviously totally impractical to have something like that because you can barely breathe, because the sort of air resistance is just so high through all the filter layers the air has to go through before it reaches the mask. But yeah, it definitely stops you smelling the sort of nitrogen or the phosphorus, whatever it is that's in the plant feed that's really, really strong. What I'm just going to do is, because I have that P3 filter pad, I'm going to transfer that into the mask intake, and then I'm just going to try this with a GP5 filter and see if it works with a standard GP5 filter. Okay, so the first filter I found in my cupboard of Soviet or Warsaw Pack dodgy filters is this, what I think is a PMG filter that was on the Hungarian PMGs, because it's the dark green one. I might be mistaken with that, but I have a feeling the Hungarian filters were this colour of green. Let's try this.
Again, still very high breathing resistance from that P3 filter. But this is the bit we want to test, so let me just pan that down so you can see the bottom of the mask. Right, let's check the seals again. Right, all good. Let's check the filter. Yeah, I think that filter's working as well. At least against whatever sort of vapour comes off of this. And then let's check it now.
This is really nasty stuff for doing the mask test with. I mean, I don't know if there's some way I could vaporise. I mean, you wouldn't want to do that in the house, but I'm just kind of wondering if there was some way of turning this into an actual vapour mist and then testing the mask as well, because this is very good for doing the sort of smelling salt kind of thing, but it'd be quite good because this, you know, would cause far more a reaction than air freshener would, or as much as air freshener is a lot safer. But again, I assume that's because it's nitrogen, phosphorus, several types of phosphorus, and potassium oxide. But yeah, as said, it feels like you're almost burning the lining off your throat inhaling this stuff, but there we go. But yeah, you can apparently check masks fairly well with this stuff. As I said, I've got some of the banana oil coming as well to do tests with, but yeah. The ultimate Soviet filter worked regardless, which was the initial point of this video, but the stuff you can check a mask seal with as well. If you just waft it around there, take big breaths. If your mask seal's compromised, you're definitely going to smell it. But when I get the banana oil, we'll check it with that as well.